Hi everybody, welcome back to Minatv, AfricanBlogsSay. My name is Charlie Dior.
Yazzie. Ivoma.
The Manny Man.
And as always, we always bring you the hottest topic, what the blogs are saying. And today we have so much to talk about, guys. But first of all, you guys look beautiful.
Thank you.
Your makeup, shout out to the makeup artist on set.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I also love your top. Thank you. Thank you very
Where did you
much.
get it from?
Sugarcoated.com.
Which is your
With a
website,
K.
right?
Yes.
Good,
Yes,
good,
it
awesome.
is. Thank
Wow.
But today we're going to dig into what your favorite blogs are saying, okay? So the first story of today is, of course, Hushpuppi.
Oh.
For some reason, this guy is always on the blog.
Yes.
So, you know, Hushpuppi, if you guys don't know who Hushpuppi is, he is this guy on, you know, Instagram, Snapchat that lives a luxurious lifestyle. Okay, so there's a little beef between Hushpuppi and Mr. Jollof. Mr. Jollof is a Nigerian comedian, and he basically has an issue with Hushpuppi because of the way he spends his money, right?
Wait, so he goes in on Hushpuppi because of how he spends his money? It's too elaborate?
Yes, okay, so basically what he did was he posted, he said Hushpuppi is spending 11 million naira.
How much is that in dollars,
Yeah,
by the way?
11
million
million
naira.
right now is about, say, $40,000. They're about with the present rate. But before, that was almost $80,000.
So basically what happened was
In one night?
in one night.
What was it?
He went to a Lagos nightclub, one nightclub in Lagos, and ended up spending over 11 million naira just one night. So basically what Mr. Jollof was saying was, why can't you just help people in need with that money?
I disagree.
What do you
What do you mean help people in it? Like invest in charity and stuff
Invest
like
in
that?
charity, help people in need, you know.
Can't you enjoy your money? It's my money. Can I just spend it
Like,
how I want to?
whoever Mr. Jollof is, Mr. Jollof, you need to go and make some jollof and like eat some jollof. Like, this is complete BS. First of all, I love Hushpuppi. I love Hushpuppi because, one, he's a businessman. This guy is making money. He's donating. He is donating a lot. If you really follow Hushpuppi, he actually walks into hospitals and gives to people in need constantly, or not even like he's just giving it to charity. He directly gives to people that need.
I haven't seen that. That's why I'm surprised.
I've seen it.
I've seen
it. He seems like a very nice person. And you know what? Even if he didn't give to charity, he works very hard for his money. It's his money. He can choose to do whatever the hell he pleases to do with it.
But what I want to know is, do they have a friendship, him and Mr. Jollof? Why is Mr. Jollof coming at him? Do they have any history?
I don't think they have a friendship, but one thing about Hushpuppi is that he's been going in a lot on Nigerian artists. Like
I know about that too.
Yes, Fino.
Fino.
He went on
He
Fino.
comes, one thing I know about Hushpuppi is that, fine, he's a successful business guy, but he likes to come at people. He's like this hungry internet celebrity, Instagram celebrity.
Yes.
He likes to come at people. Okay, we know you make your money, we know you do your thing, but just do your thing. You know, he came at Fino the other time. He said Fino and Ice Prince are wearing fake
watches, yes.
Watches.
Yes.
Like, it's not original, because Hushpuppi likes to buy original things. Hushpuppi can use $1 million to buy just a shed. He's very rich. So he was like, why are they patronizing fake products and they don't want people... Can I finish? He said, and they don't want people to pirate their CDs.
Music, but he's right.
Music, you understand? So he says, why would you... Come on, it depends on how much you earn and how much you can afford.
You know what? No, it's fake though?
Well,
he knows
you
it's
can
fake
tell,
because
you can
he's
tell a
into
fake
real
product
stuff.
through pictures
You
these
can really
days.
tell from...
But
Yeah,
T
you can
Money,
tell.
I
Yes,
am
love.
very disappointed in this coming from you, because you're an artist yourself and you make amazing music. Like, I've heard your music on SoundCloud and it's so good.
It is really good.
Yeah, WizKid's music actually comes after yours, which goes to show how great your music is.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was listening to your music last night. So you work very hard. You pay for studio time, you pay for your photo shoots, your video shoots, you pay your manager, your producer. How would you feel if you put something out on iTunes and only 50 people bought it and 500 people pirated it?
Yeah,
You would be upset.
I
It's
understand
not
your
the same
point.
watches though?
Yeah, so it is the
That's
same.
why he called it out.
Time
Yeah.
designing a watch,
So
putting it
Protect
together.
Philippe invest a lot of money in his brand. Do you know what it takes for your brand to end up being Protect Philippe, or for your brand to end up being
understand your
Louis
point,
Vuitton?
but sometimes-
Because
he
I have
called
a
them out.
brand, so I understand that. I invest a lot of money in my company.
It
So I
makes
would be
sense.
very upset if someone pirated it too.
But he called them out for wearing fake watches.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
said
I'm not
that-
saying
that-
what he said is wrong.
It's
Don't
right.
quote me wrong. I'm not saying what Hushpuppi said about Fino and Ice Prince is not the right thing to say, because I mean, it's not the original. You're not buying the original, so you're buying the fake products, you know? But what I'm saying is, do you really have to comment them? Is it
But
necessary?
you see, it is necessary because
because he's trying to intimidate them. They can't afford that.
For example, right now we're on a platform and we are speaking about our opinions and what's going on in today's society. Right now we're putting ourselves out there. We're making ourselves vulnerable.
Yeah, that's
Tomorrow
true.
morning, if I wake up and someone wrote, "Oh my God, her pink shirt was so ugly. She looks horrible," I cannot be upset. I'm giving people a chance to talk about me. So that's the same thing with any celebrity. Fino, Wizkid. Once you're a celebrity, you putting yourself out there. I should be able to go on any celebrity's page and write whatever I want to write.
Yeah.
So basically,
It's freedom of
I'm
speech.
really torn with this situation right here because, okay, yes, Hushpuppi, you making your money. I don't know how you're making that money, but you're making it. You know, every time I check your Snapchat, you go into all these fabulous places and stuff like that. Yeah. What I would appreciate from him, he doesn't need to do it, but what I would appreciate from him will be, you know, a snap of him going to work or telling us how that money is being made.
That's very true.
He doesn't need to do it. Because I follow people like him as well. Shout out to Foster Mob. Foster Mob also spends just
Money.
like that. But then you could tell
goes to
where
work.
the money is coming from.
You're talking about Trevor from
Yes,
Ghana, right?
yes, I met him. Cool guy, and on his snap, he shows you how he makes that
makes his
money.
money.
He's
Because
an
that's
investor.
supposed to show it.
No, but
that's,
I'm saying,
no.
but
That's
I'm saying
actually a really good point.
It's a really good point
Yeah,
because
it is.
That
when people
inspires
like me
people.
is watching, it's very
Exactly.
inspiring.
So does
right?
Hushpuppi inspire you?
He doesn't.
Does he
and let me
inspire
tell you
you?
why he doesn't. Because he comes at all these artists.
Really petty.
Exactly.
Very, very petty.
He's trying to intimidate them.
And points out your watch is fake. Really?
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. If that is your
not
biggest
necessary. That's
worry,
my point.
that somebody is wearing the fake watch,
Unless
then
it's
you
his
have
brand,
a problem.
Then then that would be different,
It's
right?
not your brand.
All
Not
he
your
does is
brand.
go to
If
this
he-
Gucci store. I'm not a
Yeah.
hater. I'm just saying, if you're gonna like put your life out there and somebody chooses to wear a fake
Listen.
watch and you have that so much money that you wear
Buy the original
the
for
best
him.
watch, good for you. But
Exactly.
don't come at somebody else for
And
wearing
especially
fake
since
stuff.
the
I
thing
hate people
is,
like that.
you know how these other people made their money, right? You don't know how
Yes.
Hushpuppi makes his
So-
money.
Yes, and that's the problem I have.
I think Charlie, you have some awesome points. You have some valid
Yeah,
points.
it's not necessary.
And I don't agree with you, but I do respect your opinion. But my opinion, Hushpuppi, keep doing you. You must.
And what is that? When you
he-
say
he-
Hushpuppi, keep doing you.
keep on
What
doing
is
I
you?
mean,
What
whatever
is
he's
you? What are
doing,
you?
we're all
Yeah,
talking
but
about
you don't
him.
know what he's doing. So
But
you
I
can't-
don't want to know. I don't care what he does.
Yeah, but you
it's
can't-
none of my business.
So
it's
okay,
his
so
life.
hold on,
I
hold
don't
on,
care.
hold on.
And look, even
even
if he sold his butthole for a living, I don't care. That's his life.
But you're trying to say he inspires
Yeah, but
you.
you don't
I
know.
never said he inspires
No, but
me.
if you
I
don't
never
know
said
what
that
somebody is doing, right, and it goes against your morals, like at the end of the day, you also have to believe in your morals, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know what somebody's doing.
But
You
why
can't
are
be
you
like,
so concerned with what he's doing?
like,
Why
this
is he
is
so
why
concerned with
is
what
he
Fino is
concerned about
wearing?
what people
He
are
is
watching?
because Fino's wearing a fake watch.
Why is
we
he
don't know how
concerned?
we
He's
don't
not-
know how he's making his money.
That's
You
not
So
listen,
if he
as
can
the
say-
artist, okay, listen. If you guys are saying it's okay for Fino to
We're
wear a
not
fake
saying it's
watch,
okay.
We're not
We're
then
saying
saying
I'm
that.
why
gonna
is
go and I'm gonna
Hushpuppi
pirate all of
concerned?
Fino's music and Fino
No,
can't
that's not
use
No,
it.
that is not the
We're
same
We're
point.
saying that
It's
at
not the
least with these
same.
other people, you know how they made their money. You know
We
why they're
know
wearing
how they're
fake watches. You
struggling,
know
yeah.
if they're wearing fake watches. You know
watches.
why they're doing that. But Hushpuppi is coming out of nowhere, mocking these other
But
people
you
who are
guys
making
also
legitimate
know,
money.
How do you know Hushpuppi's money is not legitimate? Do you know
We-
the type
we
of
don't-
people
because
that
there's
are
no-
friends?
there's
This
nothing
guy
in the
is friends
news.
with Philip Klein. For all you know,
We
he's
don't care
invested in
who
Philip
you're friends
Klein's
with.
business.
You don't know who
He's
I'm
friends
friends
with
with.
Ugo Mosey, one of the biggest celebrity stylists.
How
And
so?
guess who I'm friends with?
maybe
I'm
he's
friends with
invested.
Jesus.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
That's
I'm friends with
amazing.
Jesus.
That's
It is amazing.
That is the bestest friend anyone
Listen,
can have
you
in
know
the
what I
world.
hate? You know what I hate? I hate like a very cocky person. And whenever I see him coming at artists
For no reason.
for
For
no
no reason.
reason,
It's not necessary.
I'm like,
Unnecessary.
come on.
Yeah.
Listen, Hushpuppi, keep doing your thing.
Keep being
N-
petty.
Not everyone has to disclose what they do for a living. He does not have to. For all we know, he owns a bunch of stocks, a bunch of houses.
never
We
said.
don't. I know. I follow him on. I'm not sure where I follow him, but I know I definitely did see a video of him giving a guy saying thank you to Hushpuppi. I think he was crippled and he was in
Yeah,
a bed
and
with money,
and he put it up.
Hushpuppi donated money. Okay,
So
if he doesn't
charitable.
donate, it's a problem. If he
charitable.
donates and he
No,
puts it
that's
up,
not
it's
the
a
problem.
problem.
But the point of this conversation is,
Yes.
Mr.
If-
Jollof needs to go and make jollof. That's the point of this
if
conversation.
Hushpuppi decides to spend 11 million naira in the club, it's his money.
Yes.
It's his business, right?
It's his business.
Mr. Jollof should not come at him. Maybe they have something. But Hushpuppi does not inspire me personally.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed to
Listen,
say that.
if Hushpuppi DM me right now and give me money, I will take it. What I said was, I'll take it. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that he has to. I'm saying I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
If he's, listen, children, I didn't get the money, one night or whatever. I work towards it.
I just feel like we live in a society now where like everyone, because of social media, you feel like you know these people, but you really don't know these people. What people fail to realize is on social media, people only show you what they want you to see.
And we are having a conversation based on what we see.
Based on what you see. So based on what you see, that's your opinion of him. It doesn't make it a fact. It doesn't make it true.
Of course not.
It's the same thing with me. Like I have a 9 to 5, and a lot of people don't know that because I never put my 9 to 5 up on social media because it's none of anybody's business what my 9 to 5 is. I just show people what I want them to see.
You know the people though, but the thing is, this guy keeps on coming after people. We
that's
know
my
what
point.
they
It's
do.
not
They
But
make
he can do
money.
that. You are assuming, and I'm not saying Fino's doing anything illegal, but you are assuming that just because Fino makes music, that's where he gets all his money from. But we don't know that.
We don't. But at least we can point to like something.
And then the point that I'm making also is that Hushpuppi is affiliated, is very, very much so affiliated in the fashion business. He could be in the fashion business. He could be in the real estate business.
He could be anywhere.
But
We're not about his source of income. It doesn't affect us.
Yeah.
We're just about
Just don't come at people.
inspire
All right, so
people.
the same way you don't want,
money.
the same way, Hushpuppi, you don't want
Mr.
people
Jollof to
to be
come at
questioning you how you get your money. Don't be coming after people about their fake watches and their, fake everything. We have to move on though. What is the next story? What are the things that the blogs are saying?
So the next story is not very funny, but it's a great tragedy for Africa. Sierra Leone, you guys have heard of the flooding that has happened.
That is horrible.
I did.
Yes. So as of this morning, 461 people are confirmed dead.
Wow.
Really?
And 1/3 of those are children, and then 600 people are still missing.
So that means probably 1,000 people died.
Probably 1,000.
You know what's really sad about this is that this is a huge tragedy, and I'm not even hearing the media shine light on it.
Thank you.
They were talking about 27 people who died in Barcelona or something.
Exactly.
And I'm like, can you compare 27 people to like 400
And
people?
although that's a tragedy, we're just saying it's a tragedy regardless. But like this,
you
is
can't
also
compare it
confirmed.
though.
You can't compare it
At all.
And also,
I haven't even
Sierra
seen these
Leone
on CNN.
No, I saw on CNN.
You did?
But it's very brief. But I'm saying Sierra Leone, like, they've had so many tragedies. They had nights, and that's why this hits so close to home, because at the end of the day, 1991 to 2002, they had a civil war. Then they had Ebola breakout, remember, 2014? They were hit really hard. And then now this is just, their resources are so strained. It's too much. And we don't see any coverage of it in the news.
And one of the main things too that I want to touch on is like the whole Africa needs to really take an example from this.
Exactly.
Because one of the reasons why, I'm not saying the reason why it happened is because people just get up and build anywhere in Africa.
Poor infrastructure.
They don't check the gutters, they don't see if it's okay, they don't check the lands, and it's one of the reasons why everything just came crumbling down.
The reason why this really happened was because of the poor foundations, the landscape.
And
deforestation. 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 That was one of the main things. They like to build houses on hills. In Sierra Leone, they build houses on hills, just anyway, because during that civil war, a lot of people moved to the city for refuge. So there was so much population that the landmass could not accommodate everybody. And after the civil war, a lot of people didn't want to go back because there was nothing to go back to.
Exactly.
So because of that, people started building small houses, mud houses, everywhere, houses on mountains. And look at this.
And it's the same thing that happens in Accra too. That's why when it rains, it floods in Accra as well, because it's the same thing. Like our downtown in Accra Circle, it always floods because it's the same thing. People just get up and build it. People will build a house on a gutter.
Exactly.
But my thing about the media not covering this is we can't always wait for white media to cover it. Because like you guys were saying, I like on my news feed and the news channel that I follow, they were really covering it. But we can always wait for, just because white media didn't cover it, we can't sit there and be like, oh, the media didn't cover it. They are covering it. We just need to go out there and follow
and help.
The black media as well.
Yes.
So when they post it, we can see it.
Definitely covering it. Quartz Africa was definitely covering it.
There's a page on Instagram called Ghana Post That's GHANAPOSTS, and like they're doing like a fundraiser, and like I donated to it. They have like a GoFundMe.
For this?
That's the one thing
for this.
I have to say
that's
about
good.
these when stuff like this happens and how Black media and other African countries mobilize, and they're actually giving the money to these people. I definitely have to say I respect that. I think that's amazing.
We gotta stick together.
I don't know. Well, I'm not in that country, but I don't know if they have like maybe an emergency.
The Red Cross was in,
and I think UNICEF has also gotten
so
involved.
they're helping
as well.
because all these people. We said up to 1,000 people may perhaps be dead, but also 20,000 people are displaced, so they have nowhere to go.
No, I mean,
generations were wiped out. Like,
I mean, like maybe like have classes because there's been a lot of things happening in that country, right? So maybe have classes that will show if this happens, this is what you need to do, right? Like in schools, like they need to do something like that. Maybe that could help.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like maybe that could
proactive measures and stuff like that.
Everything they did is kind of random, like the Ebola and then this. It just seems like, and that wiped out a lot of people too.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the
This is
epidemic.
sad.
This is very sad.
Very, very
Well, our
sad.
prayers and thoughts goes out to Sierra
Yeah,
Leone.
and if you're out there and you see like any links or like any websites, even $1, if you have $1, donate $5.
Yeah, you're
because
talking
every
about
dollar counts.
the funding
GoFundMe.
page,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Any
you know,
legitimate
any,
like fundraising, definitely comment below.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it's a big deal.
All right, guys, thank you. What do we have next? What are the blogs
Well,
saying?
number 3 is a little bit also, a tough
Serious.
topic, something really serious. So I'd like to read a little bit about it. It's from Zambia.
Okay.
So the Zambian president, Edgar Lungu, has announced the legislation of HIV testing and treatment in all public institutions without the informed consent of the patients, meaning that he has come with a new law that every citizen in public hospitals will be tested for HIV, and they will also know their status, meaning you don't have the rights to decide if you want to do a HIV test anymore in Zambia. What do you think about it?
I think
you
that's
think
great.
it's a good idea?
Question, the public hospitals, are they free?
Well,
Or
I
do
don't
they
really know
pay?
about the healthcare system. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
free. I don't know if you pay a little bit of money, but it's a compulsory test now.
The
If you
reason
come
that
in,
he
you're
was-
going to be tested for HIV.
The reason that he was able to put up this compulsory test is because in that country, they also test, as soon as you're admitted for anything, they test you immediately for malaria. You don't have any right to do that. And I know that HIV, he's trying to eradicate HIV by 2030.
Yes,
and
that was the plan.
I don't care what other people say. I think this is amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. I think other African countries need to do this because Africa is devastated by AIDS and HIV. And they
the funny thing is
and
that
they need to tell people that they have it,
Yeah.
like, so they can stop
But-
running around.
So based on what this
Yeah,
is
what do
and
you
based
think?
on what you're saying, I get it, right?
Yeah,
I get
sorry.
it. It's for a good cause.
It is.
But
don't you have
to
a
take away
right
somebody's
to
choice,
know?
that I don't agree with at all. Because that's what makes democracy. Like you can't take away somebody's choice.
right?
I
was gonna
understand
say
what
that.
you're saying. HIV is very,
It's very serious.
It's a very
Yeah,
serious
it's
case.
terrible.
But let me make that choice. Like let
Do
me.
you
I'm
also
an adult. Let me make
Because
that
some
choice.
people
yeah.
can't cope with the knowledge and the trauma after they find out that they're HIV
He's trying
positive.
to figure out how to
Really?
stop people from
Yeah,
spreading
but,
it.
Spreading
but
it.
where does it go
But-
next?
but-
Because one day you're checking for malaria, right?
They
Then-
check for malaria.
without my consent. The next one you're checking for AIDS
HIV,
without my
yeah.
consent.
But you know the reason they started checking for malaria is that so many people had it and they didn't know and they were
But
dying.
I understand that. But if you're an adult, that's what you have your choice.
Voluntary
take
testing, right?
Public
Yeah.
health is a thing here. They put fluoride in our water so we could have white teeth.
White
please,
teeth.
please, please. No.
Okay, so what you're saying
I understand.
is that
I understand it. I'm just
agree
saying.
With the,
I agree with this
decision,
president.
right?
Hallelujah.
What
Thank
do
you,
What do
God.
you think, Yazzie?
I'm torn between it. I agree. I definitely agree with it because a lot of men especially don't get tested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Women,
Especially African
yeah,
men.
you
They
know,
just tell their wife, go test. If you're
yeah,
if you're
you know,
negative, I'm free. I'm negative.
yeah,
And some
and
of them are
then-
not even faithful.
yeah, you get what I mean?
Sure.
And condoms are not, like, a lot of African men don't use condoms either or don't like to use condoms, you know, and yeah, I'm torn about it because I think it's a good thing, but at the same time, I understand where Charlie's coming from, where
Yeah,
it
that
is
you
kind
have
of
a
like
right to
invading somebody's
decide.
privacy.
You have a right.
But
It's
at
a
the
tough
What they
one.
end,
need
It's a
to
tough
do,
one,
the
though.
end goal is positive, though, you know what I mean?
To
Because
control, they want to control.
No, he wants to eradicate, not control. He wants to eradicate HIV in
Totally.
Zambia.
Yeah, but
And-
where
and
does
then-
it go next?
What does it
Like,
mean
the
by
next thing you
eradicate?
pop
What do you
on
say
my
is eradicate?
phone.
I need to
Eradicate as
understand,
in
though,
no
because
more.
If
No
they
more.
find, like, okay, if they take a population census, for example, maybe people in Zambia are like 50 million, and they decide to do this voluntary testing, and they find out about 20 million people have HIV,
They said they're going to counsel them and put them on, help them with their medication. Help
yeah, because right now, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, and I'm not saying this as if AIDS is positive or because HIV is never positive and it's always safe sex, always. Like I even always tell all my friends, even if it's your long-term boyfriend, as long as you're not like, you know, baby planning, you should always use condoms. Like I always say this, safe sex always. But right now, HIV is really not even that bad with all the meds that are available.
But you know, those meds is not available in Africa, right? You know, we're talking about from a Western side.
But the point that I'm making is he can eradicate it, as you're saying, if they can control it, and that's why he's doing what he's doing, so that it can be controlled.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, but with controlling, and if he keeps doing it, I mean, then the percentage of the people that will have it will just keep going down and down.
That's what he's trying to do.
There
He's just
are
trying
other
to
ways,
save
though,
Zambia.
Ivy. There are other ways to handle
Like
the situation.
What?
Like educating them that this is what causes HIV.
But that's what he's trying to do.
But
He's
you
trying
cannot
to do everything
force
simultaneously.
Yeah, but you can't force somebody and take away their choice. That I disagree with.
Education
I don't like that at all because
them.
it leads to other things. Like the first one was the malaria thing. The second is AIDS. Now you're gonna come to my house looking for terrorists without my consent.
But
like
you
can't
know,
do that. Like it's all about choices. You have to give people the chance
to
choose.
It's like taking away your rights to decide.
This reminds me
and it's democracy.
of what China did. And if you look at China's history, you know, 20, 30 years ago, it was a very bad, like,
population, right?
Everything was horrible there.
Yeah.
And they've been able to, like, because of the one-child rule and all those things, America owes China, like, trillions of dollars. I mean, they've been able to turn themselves into a power country just because their government was like, no, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that.
And at that time, a lot of people, when the one-child rule happened, people were like, oh my God, you're taking away their rights. And you know what the Chinese government said? Bump all y'all, we're trying to make us great. And so that's what Zambia is trying to do. Let's make us great.
No, you go to school, you study, you inform them.
Don't play around. African education, you know African public schools are not the best.
No, I went to African public school and I learned a lot. And I learned stuff like this. No, I went to a public school. I went to a Saito, yes, which is a public school. And I learned things like that. You have to give people choices. And I chose not to do certain things that will lead to HIV and AIDS. Now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next thing that...
You guys know Charlie's always Charlie. That's why we love him.
Yes. We're going to move on to the next story. What are the blogs saying?
Okay, so this story, I love the story. You know, I love the story. It's about Dammy Krane. So Dammy Krane is, he's been in the news a lot lately. And he's Davido's artist. He signed to Davido's label.
What did he do now?
He's had a hit song with Sarkodie and Quataronke. And he's a great artist.
Yeah.
Long story short, he came to America for a show. And as we all know, our Nigerian people do it big. You know what I mean? In everything they do it big. Shows, money, cars, houses. So the promoter that booked him also booked him a private jet.
$10,000
private jet, you know what I mean?
Can't help
And then unfortunately when they landed, they were arrested for credit card fraud, saying that, you know, I mean, I guess maybe they used a fake credit card or someone else. I'm not really sure how credit card fraud works. Does anyone, I don't know. But
well, I don't know. Don't ask me, child.
I don't know, but one way or another, he was booked for credit card fraud. And as you guys will know, this hit the Afrobeat industry, entertainment industry in Nigeria hard. Everyone was talking about it. Blogs were talking about it. Other entertainers were talking about it.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, because he was arrested. I mean, he was booked and had to even pay like $15,000 bail. Yeah. So if you're billed for $15,000, you know, actually no, his bond was like $5,000 or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually more than $15,000 because they charged him with like 3 different things.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Identity thefts,
He
credit
looks
card
good
fraud.
in that photo though. That's like
it's not a
prison
bad
babe.
prison babe.
No, Dammy Krane is a good-looking guy.
No, but he looks like that. Looks like a professional photo.
So
like,
this happened in
like the
June.
one for international passport.
So right. You're right. You guys are so right.
I'm sorry. Continue.
It's fine. That was hilarious.
He should be embarrassed. Like,
but it happened in June. You know, so from June till now, everybody was like,
what's happening?
Was talking about it. And then last week, guess what? The case was dismissed.
Yes.
He went to court and the judge dismissed him.
Victory.
So what does that mean? He didn't do it?
Victory.
That means that he didn't do it.
Wait, okay, first of all, what court? Nigerian court?
No, American court.
Miami.
This
And what
Miami.
happened? So,
hater.
I'm not a hater.
No, he's surprised. Let's hear what he has to say.
So he didn't do it?
Well, this is what I'm gonna assume because he's first of all he's Nigerian, right?
He did it.
No, hold on a second.
Wait, what do you mean he did it? What do you mean he did it?
He's Nigerian.
You can't
He's not
tell.
from America. So how would he have resources to even get a fake credit card here and all of that?
Plenty
So
of our cousins
probably
do.
whoever booked him and whoever booked
Used
the
a
flight
credit-
used that, and it just happens to be that he's
Let me
the
tell
artist.
you guys something. I hate, like with a passion, credit card frauds. Let me tell you something. I checked my account and somebody used my
Someone
$20
him.
for an Uber. I went
Like, God,
crazy.
bro. You know, I
Don't-
thought he was gonna say $20,000.
No, $20.
He had
Somebody,
his money, that's why.
somebody used my $20 to take an Uber
Yeah.
from California, whatever. Listen to me out there. Don't
California.
touch my money.
Hey,
Don't
touch
touch my money.
$20.
So I
The
really,
Queen gave us money.
I really was hoping. I really was hoping this story would have been, true, because it would set an example for other people out
but
there.
can I say something?
Why
though?
are you like scamming other people's money?
No, but can I say something? Credit card fraud is a very big offense,
Yes.
especially when it has to do with the governments of the United States
Yeah.
of America.
And if it's more than
But-
like 2,500, it becomes, I think, like a felony or
Yeah,
grand.
But you know,
Dammy
probably,
Krane,
honestly,
Dammy Krane, what
he
happened was
book
there
it.
was a promoter,
Yeah.
that there's promoters that promote parties and everything. He's a Nigerian guy as well. He was the one in charge of Dammy Crane's
Exactly.
flight and everything.
He booked it.
And
He sold
so-
her
goodness.
card.
It's possible Dammy Crane, wasn't aware. Of
I believe that.
everything.
I
Yeah,
believe
you're
that.
not aware. You should be aware. You should be on top of all your money. Listen,
know.
Oprah Winfrey said,
You're booked
if
for
you
a
own a
gig, right?
business, Oprah Winfrey said, if you own a business, you should be on top of
No,
every.
but you're an artist.
but
Don't
Charlie-
let nobody sign your
but Charlie-
check. Don't let nobody
No,
be.
you're an
Charlie,
artist,
Charlie,
right?
you're
If you're an
not understand-
artist,
look,
right,
you see-
you can't put your eyes down
Well,
with
you
everything.
should.
That's why you
But
have
You
road
should.
management.
That's why it's called show business.
Charlie,
You have to
Charlie,
be.
you're
But
just mad
Charlie,
about
look.
your $20.
Exactly.
I got that refund check though.
apple juice
Chase,
money.
Chase that don't play. Don't refund you your money.
Did you get your refund?
Yes, I did.
So why are you shouting?
No, because they almost went away with my $20.
Wait, Elvis wiped out your account?
No, but I'm saying like.
No, but Charlie, look. You see, like right now, you're hosting, you're a journalist.
Yes.
You're hosting, right? So you get a phone call from a company out in Texas, a legitimate company in Texas,
wanna bring you
and
over
they
for-
say, Charlie, we want to bring you out. We want to bring you out to host a show. They ask you, Charlie, yeah, how much is your fee? Whatever. You'll tell them how much your fee is. Normally,
Full name,
they'll also
book your
book your
flights.
flight,
And they'll
they'll
take care
also
of
book
it.
your hotel. They take care of
Yeah.
everything. So you have no idea. You're gonna get on that plane. You're gonna go down. You have no idea how it's being paid for.
Hey,
Yeah, but you
Sorry.
can't tell me I have no idea. I'm gonna have an idea.
No, you might not.
You're not
You
gonna
might
look into
not.
that detail.
Charlie,
Trust
Excuse
me.
me.
You
I'm
might
on
not.
top of everything. I'm a
No,
control.
Charlie, you can. You
You'll
can.
be so busy.
But
with-
how
you'll
you
be
guys
so
telling me
busy.
I can't? Are you like?
You'll be so
You know
busy.
what?
Don't tell me I
You know why you
can't.
can't?
I'm not an African.
You know why you can't?
I'm an African. I can.
I like that.
Like I will be on top of everything. Like this is why people get scammed
So, are you
because they
telling
don't
me-
check their bank
So are
stat
you
like
trying to tell me
statements.
that like what she just said now, if you get
give
booked
this guy a
for
pass.
if you get booked for a big event like that or something like that, and they send you your itinerary, you're gonna say, please can I see the card details
Yeah,
you
I'm
used to pay for
confirming.
this?
Listen,
Are you gonna do that?
I'm
Charlie,
trusting
You'll
them.
be so busy with the
You'll be
tea and
so
your
busy.
family.
Listen,
You won't even
I'm
look into
trusting
that,
them,
trust me.
but
You be
I'm
like-
verifying. I'm verifying every little detail.
But the thing
You
is,
don't know.
at least with this case, he didn't verify. He got arrested, and now he's been vindicated. So I know a hot
Yeah, so
song
we
is
thank
coming.
God for
I
that.
know a hot
I know,
song.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
gonna be
true.
there like, I ain't do it.
Like that.
I ain't do it. I ain't do it. I
And
ain't
there's
do
gonna
it.
be a remix of it, and it's gonna be like, I did it, I did it.
Yeah, that's serious.
And I know Olamide will jump on that.
Olamide with the viral
so
words,
hot.
eh?
You know what?
They might arrest me
Good
for
good
no
for
reason.
you. You
But
know,
can I touch
yes,
on
yes.
something though?
Yeah.
This brought up an important topic to me. You know, I'm a firm believer that from Donald Trump to Diddy to
Jay-Z.
Dorobuchi
Yeah.
to, I believe that Birdman, I believe that anyone that's a mogul that has a lot of money, we all know money doesn't grow on trees. I believe that a lot of them sometimes were funded by illegal activities at times. There are different types of illegal activities. There are illegal
Money
activities that are money laundering,
scam,
drugs. There's even like
drugs.
blue collar crimes. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion. I feel like a lot of people got to do a little bit of dirty work to kind of, I mean, I think there's even like an email going around about the Clintons and how dirty they have been. I'm not saying that they're all true, but this kind of brings up that topic as well. That
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
you know what I mean? Like how do these people end up with just so much money?
Because when this actually happened in June, so many speculations, there was so many bad news. Everyone was like, ooh, Ninja artists, that's what you all do. You guys do
Yeah,
fraud.
they were saying
you do
that.
internet
That
fraud.
was not nice.
And then you make money from MAGA. and then you bring the money into the studio, you record a song, shoot a video, make it so big, and we think that's how you make it.
That's a good point.
The only thing that I don't like about that,
everybody do, even in America.
The only thing I don't like about that is when people blame it on Nigerians. No, it is not just Nigerians. White people do it, Russians do it, British people. A lot of, again, there are different type of crimes. I
was reading about the Jewish mafia.
Yeah. Like, and they do it like probably quadruple of what Nigerians do.
Trillions
do you
and
get
billions
what
of dollars.
So
well,
I mean,
there's one lesson out of this for me is, like I said, verify and make sure you
check
tell
your
us
account.
everything.
You have a point in that.
Just let us know in the comments what you think about these stories that we brought, to you guys. This is AfricanBlogsSay. We bring you everything that the blogs are saying.
And don't take Charlie's $20, guys. It's only
please.
You're watching Minatv.
We'll see you later, guys.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.